Have you ever had that quiet, uncomfortable feeling with money? Nothing dramatic, nothing reckless, just familiar. You look at your bank account, at the credit card balance, at a decision you just made, and something clicks. I've been here before. Not the exact same situation, but close enough to recognize. And what really bothers you isn't the money itself, it's the thought that follows. I knew better. You've read about this, you understand how it works, you might have even warned someone else not to do this exact thing, and yet, here you are, again. This doesn't happen because you're careless, it doesn't happen because you don't understand money, and it definitely doesn't happen because you're not smart. It happens because in the moment of decision, intelligence isn't in charge, something else is. Let me show you how this pattern usually starts. Picture someone like you. Capable, responsible, not impulsive. They don't make their first bad financial decision because they're ignorant. They make it because in that moment it feels reasonable. It's just this month, I'll fix it later. Right now I need some breathing room. I deserve a little relief. And here's the problem. It works. The pressure eases, the anxiety drops, the uncertainty disappears. Nothing falls apart, nothing breaks immediately. And that's exactly why the brain remembers it. Not the cost, the relief. Time passes, life moves on. Then another decision shows up. Not identical, but emotionally familiar. And without much thought, your body recognizes it. Oh, this again. Not because it worked financially last time, but because it worked emotionally. You didn't forget the past just didn't hurt enough. The cost came later, spread out, hidden inside everyday life. So your brain made the wrong connection. Not between the decision and the consequence, but between the decision and comfort. That's how the loop forms. Over time, the process gets faster, less hesitation, less friction, until one day it doesn't even feel like a choice anymore. It feels like who you are. I'm just not a long-term planner. I do better under pressure. I'll earn more later. I've always been this way. Notice something important here. Those aren't excuses. They're identity statements. And once behavior becomes identity, it stops being questioned. You don't evaluate it, you express it. Smart people are especially vulnerable to this because their explanations make sense. They sound coherent, stable. Challenging them feels uncomfortable, almost threatening, so the mind protects the pattern, even when the cost slowly grows. At some point, awareness enters the picture. You can describe the pattern clearly, you might even joke about it. But awareness alone doesn't change anything. In fact, sometimes it does the opposite. It creates the illusion of control. It's fine, I know this about myself. But knowing without interrupting doesn't alter behavior. When the moment arrives, the brain still reaches for what feels familiar, still chooses relief over restraint, and intelligence doesn't stop it, it supports it. This is rationalization. Not lying, not denial, just a story that allows the loop to continue. That's why smart people repeat the same financial mistakes for years, not because they don't understand the risk, but because the risk feels far away, not because they lack discipline, but because discipline doesn't feel rewarding right now, not because they don't care about the future, but because the present speaks louder. Most financial damage doesn't come from one terrible decision. It comes from many reasonable ones, each one defensible, each one survivable, each one delaying the cost. Life keeps working. You earn, you adjust, you cope. But quietly something changes. Your margin shrinks, your options narrow, stress becomes normal, until one day there's a moment of clarity. Not panic, not collapse, just this thought. This has been happening for a long time. Not because of bad luck, not because of low intelligence, but because the pattern was never interrupted. And here's the uncomfortable truth underneath it all. Intelligence isn't the solution, it's a tool. And tools don't decide how they're used, behavior does. Smart people don't repeat financial mistakes because they don't know better. They repeat them because behavior runs on familiarity, not logic. Because relief feels safer than restraint. Because identity resists disruption. Because short-term comfort is immediate and long-term consequence is abstract. This isn't a failure of discipline or effort or character. It's a failure of interruption. Change begins with becoming repeated uncomfortable in real time, not later, not in hindsight, but in the moment. This isn't really a story about money, it's a story about behavior. And once you see that, the question changes. Not why do I keep doing this, but what keeps making this so easy to repeat? That's where the real work begins. If this felt uncomfortably familiar, that's not an accident. Here we explore the quiet psychological forces that shape financial outcomes over decades. Not advice, not tactics, not promises, just clarity. If you want to keep exploring how behavior, not intelligence, shapes long-term results, subscribe and keep watching.